up, everybody? It is only Journey here, and I am back once again reacting to Madam Amberlynn Reid. Today we are reacting to Apathetic Faxx's video that they uploaded yesterday about Amber's live stream at like 12 in the morning. My time. For her it was like 3 a.m., I think. As always, I have my orange drink because holy shit, I cannot deal with Amber. I also have water here because that's important. You guys should drink water. Please do. Just a disclaimer that everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only and is my own opinion and knowledge I've collected throughout the hemispheres to bring to you here. I'm also a very silly person, not a serious one, so don't take anything I say seriously. Okay, let's have fun! We are reacting to about 20 minutes of video clips from Amber's 2-hour live stream the other night after Snowflake pointed out that he was indeed talking to Emily. This episode from Apathetic Faxx, who I will be linking down in the description, is called Amberlynn Crashes Out, Dumps Emily, and Spills All the Tea Live. So, alrighty Amber, what do you have for us today?
The word toxic in the title. And then I get another text, I have video proof of you being terrible to me, of me reacting to your betrayal of me unmedicated with BPD. Correct. Stop texting me. Like, how much longer?
Oh, really? Having unmedicated BPD, Amber, doesn't mean you get a pass to freak out on people, okay? Even if you think they betrayed you, it does not give you a pass to freak the fuck out.
And I stay silent. And the whole time I'm sitting here thinking how
I mean, yes, it's true she hasn't said a lot of stuff about the Emily stuff, but damn girl, for everything else, you never shut the fuck up.
I don't want to hurt Tommy. I literally hate you
because she always needs to be the hero.
Even referring to her as Tommy, because we all know, but we haven't been together this whole time. And I have seen the things that she has said to me, about me, whether that be in comments,
Now, after seeing Snowflake's video today, I completely doubt that they were together this entire time. Also, if you hated calling her Tommy, why did you use that nickname? Why didn't you just introduce us to her or use her real name? Lots of people are named Emily and live in Wisconsin, probably. I know lots of people named Emily who live in British Columbia.
in private messages. She had a whole Reddit where she made fun of my body. Someone on Reddit literally said, how do you guys think Amberlynn would be when she loses all the weight? My girlfriend replied, she'd probably look like melting ice cream or a melted candle.
Okay. Now, that's not nice if that was Emily's Reddit. However, I don't want to be a bitch, but I've also been called melted ice cream in form of my body shape. Instead of my girlfriend, it was some incels online, so this is quite different. I don't really know how to comfort anyone if their partner would say that, but for me, that's not the worst thing somebody can say to me, so to me, it's not that big of a deal. I'm sorry. I can sympathize that that probably sucked to be called that, but as somebody who has also been called that, I find it hilarious. I'm sorry. Now listen, okay, out of all of the insults, melting ice cream is kind of a funny one. It's not nice that you were called that. You shouldn't call people melting ice cream. It's not nice. But that is not something to cry over on live stream, I would think. Just my opinion.
My girlfriend behind my back was calling me Pocahontas when I was in Wisconsin.
Now, I do want to say that that's not a nice thing to say about someone, okay? But when I listened to this live stream at 12:15-ish in the morning, I did not expect Amber to have that come out of her mouth. And so when I originally listened to this, when this was happening live, I burst out laughing. You shouldn't say that to people. You shouldn't call them that. But that is not a word I ever thought I would hear.
I genuinely was the most miserable I've been, and I had to literally fake that shit real good. I had to fake that shit real good because it's like it's hard to be like human and be broadcasted on YouTube.
Well, yes, but that is also because of the audience you have built for yourself, Amber. You react to the trolls so often that they bank on your reaction. You wanted to say, like, what, 2 weeks ago that you just weren't gonna do drama? You're in it now. And this is some damn good entertainment. Of course, you're making like $2,000 a live stream if you're getting up to 100K in views, but like, shit, girl. You haven't had these kind of views in a long time? Like, shit. Again, I just find it interesting how you're like, I don't want to do drama, but you have single-handedly built yourself a brand off of perpetuating drama.
My mom wanted me to leave Tommy, just constantly telling me, break up with her. Like, still, like, literally from yesterday, just leave her, just leave her. Like, my mom.
So your mom was constantly telling you that, but only for the last day or so? I have a feeling she's been saying that for probably longer if she's been online and seen Emily's proclivities. And I just want to preface this, like, y'all know my feelings about Emily. Her ex-fiance may have been on her way out with her food addiction anyway, but Emily still helped speed that process along, in my opinion. And I am personally disgusted by the fact that Emily finds it, you know, not concerning just how dangerous her turn-ons are. However, okay? I can admit when there are two people who are both untrustworthy, which one is the more trustworthy of the two? And we all know it's Emily. Amberlynn just started a live as I'm filming this, titled I Don't Know What to Do. I'll watch that later. But, you know, point is, I am sure there is some shit Emily has gone through that she did not fucking deserve. And I'm sure there's stuff in that relationship Amber went through that she did not fucking deserve. Right now, though, we need to listen to Emily because, Amber, all of your exes can't be liars. Every single ex who has come forward to talk about how you have acted with them, their stories in some form or another have been near carbon copies. Why do you think that is? Do you think they're all doing this for clout? If they were, they would all be very, very active on YouTube, I would think. So, thus, this may be, hopefully, the only video where I defend Tommy. I might do a couple of other ones, especially as we find out more, because Tommy is not done talking to Snowflake. After this live, Emily decided, yeah, she's gonna continue talking. Amber, in going live to freak out and try to do damage control before any of this stuff even came out, dug herself her own grave.
It was everything. I have never been with someone so vindictive and like genuinely like scary in my life. And I
So you haven't been with yourself?
feel afraid to say anything. I've been afraid to say anything this whole time.
Oh my god, do you know who that sounds like? Everyone you've ever dated.
Did not want to hurt her. And she
Because you have to be the hero.
wanted nothing to do with online. But then she would say all these awful things. Like any argument that happened in Wisconsin was due to a betrayal that I found out that she was doing right next to me.
And there's the victim blaming there, because Amber is going to say, yes, I freaked out. I was mistreated towards my partner. However, I don't need to take accountability because they were mean to me first.
Imagine having BPD, unregulated, unmedicated, and finding out just betrayal. Like,
you know, you only have one person to blame for your BPD being unmedicated, Amber, if you even have it, because we all know you haven't been diagnosed. You have yourself to blame for not getting help sooner, because we all know from what Emily said, you never went to a therapist. You never went to see anybody. And also, you say that you have the worst BPD of anyone who has ever BPD'd, but professionals have said that you would be a lot different if that was the case. And it actually looks like you're just malingering. Is that the word? I think that's the word. I don't know. Point is, experts have said, yeah, there's something wrong with you, but she doesn't know what's wrong with her.
You go crazy. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and go into detail. The one thing that I would like to say, so how this all like started is like she literally told me, I promise I will never hurt you again. I mean, this is genuinely what she would say to me
Every single time I've watched this, like I've said. Okay, didn't you say that to a lot of your exes too?
single time she hurt me. But as of recently, like once I found out the Reddit thing and once like she insinuated that I let Rarity out on purpose and I don't know what it was, but after every single thing that she put me through, which all the personal, like I'm not even gonna go into detail in this moment unless she wants to pop off, like I'll pop off and react back.
So you are perpetuating drama.
Last time like genuinely broke me. I don't remember what it was, but like we had a normal relationship argument, which happens. Like you express to your partner how
Amber says this is a normal relationship argument. Amber has also said that during arguments, she tends to raise octaves. Amber, do you understand that raising your voice can be seen as intimidating? And, forgive me if I'm being insulting here, because I'm not meaning to be. This is just the truth. Given your size, do you think somebody Emily's size would feel safe if you were getting a little too close to them in a threatening way?
you feel. Whenever I would express how I feel, she would just go absolutely insane on me. I would try to process in my brain that like that's her defense mechanism. But it was like 2 days ago, I just calmly expressed to her like how I felt about something. It's like every single time we get in an argument, she goes online and said something awful to me. And I just got a text from her saying, I'm going to release the video then to prove how you are. I'm literally half naked in that video. So please don't. That was me in a BPD meltdown.
Oh no, you're half naked? Okay, release the audio. Or, I don't know, censor some shit.
I'm literally half naked. You threatening me repeatedly. Like literally she's threatening me as I'm on here, you guys.
She is threatening you with seemingly consequences of your own actions. So, forgive me if I don't feel the need to come to your rescue.
I'm on here. Like you guys don't even understand. She made me more crazy than I've ever felt in my actual entire life. And it makes me not want to protect her anymore. So I go on to Instagram tonight. I reply to Corky Love Rose. I happened to click another message and they were like, you know who is talking to Snowflake, and I was genuinely so confused. I didn't know you know who. I didn't know who that was. And I was like, there's no way to call me again. I was like, there's no way. Because she promised me she would stop this. Because she knew I wouldn't say anything. I was constantly just letting her say whatever the she wanted. Haven't you guys noticed that I would never say anything?
That's not entirely true. You did defend her a lot and said that stuff that you didn't even look at proof for were lies.
Snowflake's little community tab, and that's what I saw it. We're talking about Rarity again. And that's what I knew. I'm actually officially done with Emily. Like, I've never been more done in my actual life. The truth about Rarity, only the people closest to me know, and only Emily knows. The truth is, we're sitting in Emily's truck. I would sit in the passenger seat, and
yeah, she gives us an entire, like, 2-week fucking backstory. Beautiful, lovely. It took her 15 minutes to actually explain how Rarity got out, by the way. And Rachel is also in here. Rachel says, this I don't want to share it is Amber's subconscious telling her not to lie. Amber, stop lying. We love Rachel here.
Emily would sit in the driving seat and she would smoke cigarettes. She does not smoke in her house. So we would sit there for hours. So since we're both sitting on our phones in her truck, I saw her talking to this girl named Andrea. Flashback 2 weeks prior, I saw her talking to Andrea. They were talking badly about me. And I was like, who's Andrea? She tells me it's a girl from work. Okay. Then it was a week ago. I mean, at the time we're sitting in that truck, I'm talking about Rarity night, okay? I see Andrea again. And I was like, why do you like talking badly, being suspicious with this Andrea girl? Oh, just this girl
Andrea.
from work. And I was like, well, can you stop talking badly about me? Blah, 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 blah. I find out that night that this is a hater, someone that genuinely hates me more than anything in this world.
Also, again, dramatic much. Seriously, there are a bunch of other things to hate in this world aside from you. I can think of about 18 off the bat. You know, most of the dictators in the world make up 10. I don't like people bringing suffering to others. I feel like I would hate other people more than I hate you, Amber. I feel like everybody hates something else more than they hate you, Amber. Like, I really, I don't like you, but you know what I don't like even more than you? Spiders. You know what I also don't like more than you? The taste of my antidepressants. The taste of medication that I need to take to function. It is gross, and I don't like it. Okay? I like you a little more than I like the taste of my meds. Congratulations. That means nothing, but congrats. I don't hate you more than the whole world itself, and neither does any other reaction channel.
Emily became friends with, and they would just sit there and talk bad while I'm literally sleeping next to her in her fucking bed, bro. So
I mean, yeah, that's a betrayal if it happened.
I was like, please stop talking to her because that thing hurts. Like, that genuinely hurts me. I would never do that to you, ever. So I
If I recall correctly, haven't you cheated in relationships, Amber?
believe that she would never talk to her again. Well, here we are, sitting in her truck again, and her stupid little message pops up. And then I see that they're talking again. So then I say, let me see your phone. I go into her little, it's like where you can see what apps you were on that day or whatever.
And I mean, obviously, this proves that Amber cannot trust any of her partners.
And I noticed that she was on, like, I want to sit here and say, I'm sorry, Emily, for doing this, but I have to. This is not fair. You've done this.
Yeah, again, like saying like, oh, I am the good guy because this is hurting me more than it hurts you, even though these are just lies. And the true stuff would hurt Emily more than it would hurt Amber, because Amber wants to be vindictive when people piss her off. She may be crying about it, but I can tell you she's gonna think that felt good after. She was saying it felt good to insult Emily during her live stream today.
Messaged me and said, you need to stop this immediately. Then why did you do what you did? And I noticed that she was on Tumblr. It was like the most random thing in the world, because like me and her were like very open. I don't want to say.
You were very open. You didn't see her go on Tumblr. You understand a lot of people go on Tumblr, right?
I saw. Okay, just know that what I saw her looking at on Tumblr literally broke me. So I instantly went to her Tumblr app, bam, in my face. Okay, I don't want to go into detail. Genuinely, I don't. I noticed that there was this app, not an app, a website.
Sorry, I just needed to read this comment. Start to hit the gym, you nugget head. From Luke. Luke, you fucking mad lad.
Just know that I saw things and read things and seen things that literally broke me and destroyed me, okay? Like, look at me, I look like a freak.
And she talks about this, and she got upset with people for assuming that it may have been CP. And, I mean, girly, like, you can't get mad at people for thinking that it's something that bad when you said it's, like, the worst thing ever.
This is how I looked almost every day in Wisconsin, might I add. I got really fucking upset, obviously. No, I never destroyed her ex's photo. So we get in a big fight. I'm telling you, it was off the chain. That I think it was like 5 a.m. or something. He ended up leaving her home through the kitchen door, which is the sliding glass door. She left. She likes to say that you guys see me. I'm over 500 pounds. I walk very slow.
Yeah, you talk about how you're over 500 pounds, and then you were like, yeah, Tommy kicked me off the couch. Girly, do you know anything about human legs? and the bone strength. Because she wouldn't have been able to do that, most likely, unless you were sitting at the very edge of the couch.
This, I don't want to share it, is Amber subconscious telling her not to lie. No, actually, it's Amber subconscious still being a decent human, and also it's embarrassing for me. So f you, Rachel. Sit on and spin.
Yeah, like, that's fucking disgusting. Girl, you are really showing the world how much of a lol cow you are with this. You are, okay? You want to say that you're some great human being, you have a shred of decency, and yet you just told a very lovely British woman, I think she's British, right? Maybe? I don't know. Maybe I am wrong. But like, goddamn, like, holy shit. Yeah, you're just gonna lose more respect if you're talking to reactors and commenters like that. There was one comment I liked, and then she told everybody who liked the comment that they could fuck themselves and sit on it and spin or whatever. And like, damn. I find what she has been saying to her audience, her etiquette towards her audience, one, that shows who Amber truly is, and two, it shows how disgusting she is as a human being. I understand having meltdowns. I understand the physical and mental overstimulation that happens during meltdowns, okay? I get it. However, that does not mean you treat people who are paying you this disgusting. It is gross behavior from you, Amber. You're gonna see nothing wrong with it because I know for a fact you already see nothing wrong with it. But, I mean, do you want this? Do you want people's only reason to watch you being you're crashing out? Is this what you want to make money off of? Your temper tantrums? Because I thought an adult woman would want more from life than that.
She leaves through the glass door, leaves the door open. I did not notice because I did not go near the door. I was sitting at the kitchen table waiting for her to.
She has changed her story, by the way. And then she went back to it or whatever, but her story with how Rarity got out is not consistent whatsoever.
And that's when I noticed the cold breeze. Literally left the fucking door open. And she booked it so fast she didn't even close the door. It was just a lot. In my brain I was thinking there's no way Rarity got out. We're good. But it was the next day when I was like, something really just does not seem right.
This is why I don't fucking believe her story. Okay? How on earth did you see the door open and not take stock of the animals? How? And she goes in, she went into it today saying like, well, the cats like liked sitting in the basement, so we just thought they were in there. You still should have fucking checked.
I haven't seen Rarity all day. I'm thinking, oh my god, I've been taking the blame this whole fucking time. The fact that she's threatening to share.
It's almost as if like these are a lot of the same talking points. Like, I've taken the blame this whole time. That's another talking point we've seen with a lot of her other exes.
A video of me half naked. If you guys have ever seen BPD rage from betrayal and constant, I think she's a narcissist. I've never said that about anyone in my life, and I tried so hard to love her through it all. She would do all of these fucking things.
And yet, oh fuck, I mean, narcissists attract narcissists sometimes, Amber. Sometimes that's just how it be. Really a match made in hell with that one.
Behind my back. Imagine how she treated me behind closed doors. Like she was my best friend for 13 months, you know? I'm telling you, there were times where she was...
13 months, so she was your best friend from the time that you guys first met? That's not a healthy relationship. You should really learn at 34 what healthy relationships look like. I understand because of your childhood and your lack of care for yourself that you're probably never gonna understand those things. However, doesn't stop you from being able to try.
Oh, horrible. Calling me fat ass. The first one she ever called me a fat ass.
Yeah, as if that's the worst fucking thing somebody could have ever said to you. I'm sorry, this is gonna sound like a real see you next Tuesday, but have you not seen yourself? Have you not been called fat ass before? You said Tommy liked your ass in the live stream today. Not something I needed to hear, but you said Tommy liked it. So why were you so upset? I feel like somebody who's obsessed with morbidly obese women should be using that as a compliment.
This was in Wisconsin, and I'm telling you, my jaw was on the floor. Telling me, "Bitch off, I hate you. I'm a waste of space. I'm a leech on society." Like the most.
Okay, yeah, and Tommy did admit in a Instagram post that she did say terrible shit to Amber. She hasn't said exactly what those things are, so we do not know from this list of things what are true. However, if I had a partner who was stopping me from going to work, like keeping me up at night to try to stop me from going to work, I would probably say shit like this too. It wouldn't be my finest moment either, but like shit, I would be like, yeah, I can't fucking stand you. And if you're sitting in her place, pretty much not doing anything, I mean, you hardly did anything for your channel, then yeah, what service are you providing to the society you live in? Because you're not being kind to people, Amber. You're not providing the world with, a kind soul. There's a lot of stuff related to my disability that I can't do, but I still try to make the world a better place. What were you doing? You were not taking the dogs out. You were letting them pee on the floor that she had laid down, like the new floor. You didn't work on yourself at all. You didn't go to therapy. You didn't do anything to try to become a better human. And from what it looks like, neither of you treated each other very well. So what were you doing that you weren't being some sort of leech to society?
Awful things were said to me. If you share a video of me during a BPD meltdown where I'm half naked due to your betrayal, that's when suing will happen. You have.
Okay. You said that was gonna happen during the cookie crumble era, but it didn't. So what's going on with that? Who's your lawyer really? Or was it just Emily while you guys were somewhat cordial?
Silenced me for far too long, and then finally the time that I speak up, you're gonna go like below the belt. Just the worst you could do. Is there anything you could tell us about what you saw on Tumblr? Just imagine.
Now, according to some other folks, Emily took the video that Amber is talking about or something else, or took videos of Amber during her freakouts because Emily was going to call the police. Allegedly. I can't remember who I heard this from. I think it may have been Hecticana, but still, like, if that is true, holy shit. Yeah, Emily has every right to have those videos. Personally, I think she should have called the cops to get you out of her house.
Think about it for 2 seconds while I'm laying next to her in bed. I just wanted her to love me as much as I loved her. And then that fucking Andrea girl that she would talk to, I ended up messaging her and I was just like, can you please leave Emily alone? Like, it's weird. She ended up messaging me this whole thing about how much she hates me. And I'm like, how can Emily correspond with someone like this if she's supposed to be in love?
Okay, if this is true, show the screenshots.
Like, I don't get it. I'm not gonna like sit here and stick up for her, but like she was like blackmailed. Emily was blackmailed by people. I should be fucking showering right now. I should be fucking washing my hair. No,
Then go do it.
we're not together anymore. Like, this is me actually. I mean, it's absolutely done. Like, how else would we ever like?
I mean, I'd hope so, considering the way you allegedly treated each other.
Yeah, this is it. What about the sweetest, gentlest love? That's how it was in the beginning. It was so perfect in the beginning. And the whole thing with the Colleen and the everything that the
Yeah, the whole thing with Colleen, the fact that you couldn't deal with the fact that somebody had passed on and that was her ex-fiance and she loved that person despite my grievances with their relationship. You were jealous of somebody who is no longer here. You are dating a person who is in mourning. Not everything is about you. Sometimes, and a lot of the time, they're gonna miss their partner. That is understandable. That is how mourning fucking works. It comes in waves. It's not a linear thing. You never get over a death. You just grow with your grief. 10 years down the line, you could still be crying for the person you lost, and it's perfectly understandable too. So Like, holy fucking shit. The amount of times that, from the post with Colleen and all of that, Amber freaking out about that stuff. It is obvious that Amber is jealous of a dead woman, simply because Emily cares about their ex-fiance. Again, like, if you guys don't know, I grew up with death. As a little girl, I was raised going to my dad's funeral home when both of my parents were working, because my mom worked at the hospital, so she couldn't take me with her. Even after my dad retired, I still asked questions around death because I was around it a lot. A lot of people in my family are much older. And so looking at this from somebody who has grown up around death, who has seen grief, who have seen the way that grief impacts people and how people grow with it, how people will never get over the death of somebody close to them. That is not an understandable expectation to have. You need to understand that that person is always going to miss that person. But you don't let it threaten your relationship. You seek understanding. Even if you don't personally understand it in the moment, you still give that person their grace. And you can't expect them to get over it in a couple years. Because again, they won't. Grief is not like that. Grief does not end. When somebody is gone and they're gone, and you really fucking cared about them, you're always going to miss them. It just pissed me off the way that her vibes were around the whole Colleen thing, even way prior to this. Again, you all know that I'm no fan of Tommy. I'm no fan of her relationship with Colleen and how Colleen passed, but I understand the grief. I understand missing the person. And it pisses me off that Amber wants to go into this shit. Okay? It just does.
The fan with the feeder and the this and that, like, that definitely got in the way of our relationship. When did we actually break up? Like, today?
And Amber talks about the feeder stuff, and she continues as of today. She's still been making jokes about the whole feeder thing, saying like, oh, well, only I can call Emily that, and like stuff like that. And it's like, girl, like, shit. You've really shown to us that you knew this and you still had no self-respect for yourself. You need to be single for like 10 years.
No, Gabby, absolutely not. Nothing like that. It was just bigger girls. No! Oh my god, no! It was f***ing bigger girls, bro, that were naked. Man, I'm sorry. It was literally just her looking at fat people, okay? I'm tired of lying for other people. I'm sending her
But you're not tired of lying for yourself, are ya?
Snapchats of Wasabi and Romeo. I sent a Snapchat of my body because I know she likes it.
If I got that unsolicited, I would call the police. That is a crime. No, thank you.
All while she's talking to Snowflake? What kind of weird...
Emily had only been talking to Snowflake for a day or so prior to this live stream, by the way.
warped relationship was I in, and I just kept allowing it? I'm done.
What warped relationships, Amber, have you made yourself?
Relationships, I'm done. It really doesn't make sense why she was with you. She was steadily talking shit about you to everyone. Someone said you...
Somebody asked if she liked pork ribs. Not the time or the place, homie, but shit.
I love her, but she has to hate you to do this. You know what? I genuinely thought the same thing. But all she wanted was my body. I was just a body to her. I said that to her multiple times. Andrea is this old woman.
So you were just a body to her and she still didn't want you. Something, all of the references that have been made in the last couple of months about kidnappers giving their victims back.
Who's like a narcissist herself. Like, you know how many times I wanted to message Alexis and just say you were right? All these reaction channels want to do is see me miserable, because when they...
We don't. We have actually given you a lot of like grace and been telling you like, hey, there's certain areas in your life where here's how to do better and here's how to fix things. But you never take any of our fucking advice. So do you really expect to get better when you refuse to take advice, even from people who don't like you but mean well? Because I don't like you, Amber, but I have said myself on multiple occasions that I don't want any hurt to befall you. At the same time, it's hard to believe you're a victim when so often you have been the perpetrator.
Viewed me as someone who just got into a new relationship. They hated Emily. They hated her. And now that we're
We did not hate Emily. We didn't like her. Many of us still don't. You understand, like you said, two things can be true at once. Most of us believe Emily is slimy, she gross, she disgusting, okay? But we can also give credit where credit is due because Emily doesn't have a history of pathological lying that we know of. I don't find her completely trustworthy herself. Not many people do. But in comparison to you, she is the more trustworthy one. I'm sorry, but this is the bed you have made for yourself. Don't blame us for not believing you when you have a history of pathological lying and being caught in lies.
not together anymore. They're all, oh, I've been talking to her. She publicly accused you of doing what you are now accusing her regarding your pet. I'm not accusing her of nothing. I know what happened. I was there. Why did we now break up? Because this is what would always happen. We would get in a little normal argument like all couples do. She would take it to the extreme and then she would
Disagreements are normal. The arguments you were having are not.
go online, publicly bash me somehow, some way, and then she would see how hurt it made me, and then she would say, I will never do it again. Finally, when she reached out to Snowflake, I said to myself, we're donezo. She hates Snowflake, hates Snowflake. Like when you're in a relationship with someone, you're supposed to love them, respect them, care.
And with that, saying she hates Snowflake, she is trying to drive a wedge between Snowflake and Emily. Basically, she's trying to make them not trust each other. Good try, but you suck at manipulating people who know your tricks.
For them. You're supposed to be safe with them. I'm not safe with her. Why stay with her? I'm not.
Didn't seem like she was very safe with you either.
Obviously, everyone warned you about Emily. See, the thing is, people just genuinely sometimes don't want to see me happy. And it was like that also with Feline. Like, even though Feline was not really on camera, like, people harassed her workplace, her HR team. The haters get their way. I'm alone. You deserve these women and everything they bring.
I mean, that's harsh, but shit.
Okay. It's mutual type deal. Because we would always do this. We would get in an argument and then we would both be like, we're done, we're done. And then she would go and contact a hater or
Okay, well, from the text messages, it doesn't seem like it was mutual because you had said, no, can you give me another chance? And when she said no, you were like, I can't find Rarity. So excuse us all for being a little suspicious.
a Reddit or a reaction channel. Normally her reaching out to Snowflake would have been part of the pattern, but I need to respect myself. It is mutual. It was literally mutual with me and Feline. That does happen. I don't know what type of life you lived. You stayed with her even after she commented suggesting you let Rarity out. Yeah. Said she was sorry. She said she didn't know why she did that. She said she would never do it again. She's good at twisting things. I'm telling you. No, we did not break up.
You know who's also good at twisting things, Amber? You. So,
But for the millionth time, I was just trying to protect her because she was being blackmailed. Like, she was getting these crazy text messages like, do you think she ever loved you or all just a game? I don't know. I don't think she loves me anymore. Like, I think she genuinely
I mean, I'd hope not.
stopped loving me. If I could turn back time, my mom hated seeing me like that. If I could find a way. Yeah. Damn, I look fat. I can lose weight now. I'm gonna go on a diet. Ugh, what do you guys think? The Snowflake stuff will blow over. I just don't understand why he wants to like hurt me so bad and like.
And she thinks it's personal with the reaction channels, you guys. She really takes it as personally as she does. And it's just sad. It's disappointing. She thinks that Snowflake is doing this to, like, hurt her personally. No, Snowflake is doing this because Snowflake understands that you are a dangerous human being and people must be warned. He doesn't take kindly to people treating other people like crap. And if you actually sat down with the guy, you would understand that he's actually a very compassionate human being. So, metaphorically sit down, I mean, because we are on a different continent than him. So,
every angle possible. Like, it's the most unhinged thing I've ever seen. Emily was talking shit to another person on Instagram about me during one of our arguments, but she was talking to someone, and that person is the one who told Hecticana.
And that was not the person who told Hecticana. She was just guessing.
Romeo's in a playful mood. Who told you all this was happening? I got a message on Instagram. Hey, I don't know if you know this, but Snowflake's been talking to you know who, and made a short post about what they talked about, sending you good vibes. The never ends. And I was like, you know who? I was thinking like Beck or something, because I genuinely did not think my girlfriend was gonna do this again. Well, no longer my girlfriend.
Why would Beck be talking about this when Beck is healing from cancer? Why would Beck have the time to do this, Amber? Why do you think that, okay? Do you just have Beck on your mind all of the time? Because it seems like you do. And it's sick, honestly. It's disappointing and it's really weird and creepy. They're not your little pushover anymore. But also, you should shut the fuck up, keep their name out of your mouth because they're trying to heal. And I think you bringing them up in any kind of way takes a little bit of energy from everybody. You are exhausting. Your hatred of your exes who come out and told people how you have been is exhausting. You yourself are exhausting. So no wonder why all of your girlfriends have left you.
But is there anything else in your relationship with Emily you're lying about? Well, yeah, I'm not going to reveal everything. I have never hit Emily. I never hit Beck. I never hit, who else have I been in a relationship with? Destiny, never hit Crystal. The list can go on and on. If you could, you would. Your body doesn't allow. Huh? You saying if I could hit someone, I would? I can throw this at someone's head. I could take this and throw it. Get over it. I'm not physically.
Says the person who just said they can throw things and who has been known to throw things.
Point blank peer. Why did you take blame for Rarity if it was her protecting her? My biggest thing is I wanted people to like her. No one was gonna like her because of her past. Well, all the reaction channels love her now. When I see
No, we don't. We don't like her. I don't like her. I think she is gross. I think you are also gross, okay? Two things can be true at once. Amber, did you know that? Oh my god.
a few videos of Hecticana, he thinks I'm lying about everything that comes out of my mouth. And I haven't lied about a single fucking thing that he thinks I'm lying about. I lost my best friend. I lost her fur babies. I had to do it. I had to. That's all I got, folks. That's all she wrote. You guys want to go shower with me? Inverted elbows. Is that a fat joke? Can't wait to see how evil you were when you're exposed. Okay. I mean, I turned evil due to betrayal. Yes, I did.
Yeah, and that is not an excuse, you toddler.
And that's like one of the only times. So good for me. I wasn't a raging the whole time, even though that's what I was called. Emily said it to your face or in text. Which part? Both, though, if you're talking about the. My favorite was when she told me she wants to knock my teeth down my throat. That was my favorite.
And if that is true, that is disgusting, and Emily should take accountability for that because you should not be threatening to physically harm anybody. That is not nice.
While we were looking for Rarity in the truck. That one was to my face, so you wouldn't be able to see that in text, but like my mom knows like everything. I called her all the time and she was begging me to come home, and I would constantly say I am, and then my mom would schedule to come pick me up. Tommy would genuinely, like, she would become nicer, and like she was like crying one time that she didn't want me to leave and she wanted me to stay. So then she was out.
It's almost as if you have done this, but, you know, begging to stay.
Work one time, I made her spaghetti dinner and like Caesar salad and like garlic bread. I wrote her a cute little note, and I told her, you know what, I decided to stay. And like she was so happy that she cried. Like she would like do this thing where it was like vicious. I would say I'm leaving, and then she would become nice, and then so her room.
It's almost as if that you've done that.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, we both like have ADHD and ADHD piles, so her room would get like.
I would kind of believe that Amber has ADHD as somebody who is ADHD, but also maybe not. Also, having ADHD piles doesn't mean you have ADHD. It could just mean you're messy and your brain is cluttered, which could be a lot of other things aside from ADHD. You never know.
You know, she would have her pile of dirty clothes, and she also had a rug and like a huge dog bed, and then I had Twinkie's dog bed, so it was a very crowded place. I tripped over her rug. I landed into her. She fell on the ground. Like, as that's happening, I'm trying to get her, like, as she's falling. I go to grab her off the ground. It didn't work out very well.
And Amber explaining this away is very funny because a lot of mistreaters do this after they have done something bad to their partner. They'll say, I didn't mean to do it. Here's a list of things that happened before that happened. See, it's a chain reaction, butterfly effect, you know? I didn't mean to do anything. Now let me do more to you.
She still landed on the floor. And then she started like hysterically, how come you pushed me? I'm like, what is actually happening? I'm not gonna lie and say I'm not toxic. I feel like a lot of people with BPD are, and a lot of people with BPD aren't. I don't ever try to make BPD like seem some sort of way. Everything that like led to me to be like super hysterical was because of something that I found out that she was doing behind my back. It's like scary to be in this position because it's like I know how she is, and it's like she's plotting her revenge right now.
It's almost as if that's how a lot of your exes felt with you.
And it's like that's
And throughout this, as I've been saying this, Amber gives off the entire vibe that she is darvoing harder than the hardest Tetris levels. So, Amber, you should always know that unfortunately horniness comes first for a lot of the human race. I am sorry you had to find out this way.
I loved who I was as a person. I don't know if you guys know the song Fetish by Selena Gomez. Like, we would even listen to that in Wisconsin together. And like the way that she would look at me, like I've never been like desired like that ever. And when it's something like you experience for the first time, it's like, whoa. So that's how it feels. But it's like the way she would hurt me, it's like she forgot that I was like human. I wanted everyone to know that we were still together.
And like, I understand, but like, from what it sounds like, it may have been on Emily's side of being reactively mistreative. However, I think they were initially very mistreative towards each other, and then that turned into reactions from the mistreatment. That in itself creates a toxic death spiral.
Like, I wanted everyone to know. So I'm sorry for lying about that. But like, I'm not sorry for hiding all the like tea of it all. It was like the end for real. She was responding to my Snapchats as if everything was fine. But little did I know she was behind my back talking to Snowflake. We were literally together. Oh, she would constantly tell me that she was gonna sue me if I ever talked about her. While we were in a
Mm.
relationship, might I add you. She's claiming property damages because her dog pees on her carpet, and then Twinkie also was peeing on her carpet. They both were peeing on the carpet.
And we will go into that when I cover the text messages that were released by Snowflake.
So what I did was I bought this really expensive, I bought two of them, like gate type thing.
And that's her trying to like say like, oh, look at me, look at all the good I've done for Emily, and she just treated me like this, and I was the monster because I reacted. She is setting herself up to look more sympathetic. And she set herself up to look more sympathetic as an effort for damage control. But she made one crucial mistake. She did this before Emily had even said anything.
Block the yeah, there was pee pads down as well, just for like at night when we were both sleeping. Like I tried to fix it, like genuinely, and then I ended up buying a whole steam cleaner for her. Like I tried to fix it, bro. But it's crazy because she has this cat named Princess, which she keeps trying to throw out, by the way, on the streets, and I keep telling her not to. She really wants to fuck around. We can fuck around and find out. Something done. She has
Yep, there we go. She is really reflecting herself in the way she is treating Emily.
a cat that pees all over downstairs on the carpet, on the chair, on the couch, on the clothes, on the this, on the that. Stop trying to blame me and my dog for everything in your life because I will literally come for you Did you see the new vid dropped exposing the narc alert from concerned girl exposes her narcissism? No, I haven't. Should I do my makeup on live stream tomorrow? Why was she videoing you having those moments though? So
Because she was actually scared of Amber and was thinking of calling the police to get her out of her home.
she would record me, whether it was just my voice or she would record me as I'm having like meltdowns all the time when I was in Wisconsin. I felt so unsafe there. One last thing to say to Emily. Jesus, take the wheel. All I wanted to do was love you. You only ever made me feel like hated. I wish things could have been different. Like I wish you wouldn't have hurt me in the ways that you did. I wish you wouldn't have lied, betrayed
I'm sure Emily wished you also didn't do these things too.
over and over, hid things from me, said awful things to me.
All right, girls.
Oh, thank God it's over. This recording is over an hour long. I am going to have fun editing it. Yay! I just realized that Apathetic Faxx's profile picture is Amber as Jesus on a cross. Hilarious. I want a sticker of that, please. But just goddamn. Goddamn. Okay, the way Amber was treating a lot of her subscribers, her paying members in this. People would say something. Quite a few times they were not trying to come off as mean, and Amber would say, "Fuck you, thank you for your money." Someone said, "I hope you grow as a person." Amber said, "I hope you keep sending me super chats." Not very good etiquette around paying subscribers. That's not very nice, Amber. Maybe you shouldn't say things like that. Doesn't matter how fucking upset you are. Doesn't matter how much of a BPD meltdown you're having, okay? You are not a decent human being. You aren't. You just aren't. You say, and I find it hilarious, you say, "No, it's not Amber trying to lie, it's Amber trying to remain a decent human being." You have never been a decent human being. Definitely doesn't seem like you have. You've probably done decent things once in a while, but it does not make you a decent person. The bad you do in this world far outweighs the good. The way you treat people publicly, online, for your job, it's disgusting. It's horrifying, it's immature, it's unprofessional, and it's unbecoming of a 34-year-old woman. However, despite that, Amber, I don't hate you. I dislike you. But you are far beneath me in terms of my top concerns. You are far beneath any reaction channel in terms of their top concerns. Their top concerns are staying alive, being a human being, making sure they get their needs met, like food and water, the correct amount of food and water for a human body, most likely. You think we all craze over you. You think we're sitting here looking at you like a god among fat women. You're not. You can't even be proud of yourself. You have nothing to be proud of. You have treated people terribly throughout a lot of your life. And because listen, again, like you said in this live stream, you're 500 pounds. You don't know how much longer you have left. So when you die, what legacy do you want to leave behind? What legacy are you going to have? Because right now it looks like you're going to have a legacy of being cruel to other human beings, regardless of whether or not they were cruel to you first. You'll have a legacy of being unstable. You'll have a legacy of having no respect for yourself, being unstable, being manipulative, being narcissistic, blaming everybody else for your issues while explaining away your faults using your BPD. Is that what you want people to remember you as? With the platform you have, you can build something greater, and yet you've chosen not to. And it's disappointing. Anyway, guys, that is it for today. Holy crap, that was a mess. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, share, maybe subscribe, hit the bell notification if you're feeling like a party. Gaming channel should be going up soon. I'm really excited to record the first video for that. That is going to be Minecraft. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hang around again maybe. Bye-bye!